The budget, I think, fell short because it was short term, it was short of ideas, and actually it was short on the notion of conservatism.
Order, too much excitement.
First of all, we knew the main announcement anyway because the Treasury had confirmed that there was going to be that 2p cut to national insurance. At the end, and we waited for an hour for him to get to the announcement everyone had been waiting for on income tax and national insurance, I thought he was going to announce some sort of revolution. He started speaking about how we wanted to reform the tax system, and I genuinely thought, my goodness, the rabbit that's going to be pulled out of the hat is that he's going to say that income tax and national insurance are going to be combined and there's going to be a new tax and that's going to bring everyone's bills down. In fact, he just announced what he had already announced, which meant there were no rabbits in the hat at all. And I think most people looking at it would have looked at it saying it was a very political budget. It was very much saying, look, we have weathered the very difficult economic climate caused by COVID, energy prices, wars in Ukraine and all the rest of it. We haven't done quite as badly as people think we might have done, but let me tell you why Labour will be even worse.
Ordinary families will shed more than a few pounds if that lot get in.
But that's not the best sell, is it? We've done, mediocre, but actually the people on the opposition benches will make you even poorer. It's quite hard for Jeremy Hunt to start arguing that Labour are the party of high taxes when we all know that the tax take under the Conservatives is now at the highest it has been since the Second World War. So that's a really tricky sell. I think generally, if people thought this was the budget to sort of win the next general election, it had to have more in it than was delivered. I'm not sure the electorate is going to be convinced by this sort of public sector productivity revolution. People want reform of public services because they want them to improve. They want them to be more value for money. Are voters really going to be convinced by the idea of spending an extra £3 billion on a new NHS digitisation system? I mean, we know how IT projects in the NHS go down with the public, and it's usually very badly because they never seem to work. I think it's interesting to try and say that you're the party of low taxes while introducing a number of new taxes. I mean, the idea of them attacking second homeowners, that's attacking Tories, isn't it, really? I get the problem down in Cornwall and Devon with people owning houses and then not spending any time with them.
I've also been looking at stamp duty relief for people who purchase more than one dwelling in a single transaction, known as multiple dwellings relief. I see the Deputy Leader of the Labour Party paying close attention, given her multiple dwellings.
But why not come up with some kind of second home tax relief that would encourage people to rent out their properties when they're not there, rather than just leave them vacant? You've got Jeremy Hunt there sort of citing a load of economic statistics. We might have done badly, but we haven't done as badly as Germany, France and Italy, was a constant refrain. But then those OBR growth forecasts are really unconvincing. I mean, what is it? We're up to 1.8% growth, I believe, by 28 to 29. It's not sort of overwhelming.
Is this an election-winning budget? Is this really a turning point, Chancellor?
I felt it was a budget that fell short because it was very short-termist. He's basically tabled a budget for the next 6 months. There was no indication at all that he would be Chancellor in 6 years' time. It was all about, you might think we're bad, but Labour will be even worse.
I could go on a political rant. I think it's a symptom of what we've been through over the last, how many years now? 13 years of a government that seems intent on getting out of Europe and destroying our economy.
Jeremy Hunt claims that he's the next Nigel Lawson, but what we really did see there once again is a Gordon Brown budget. And I'm not sure that's what's needed at a time when the Conservatives are, according to one poll, 27 points behind Labour.